Nobody cares about the NBA right now. But you know what they do care about? JTS After Dark.
And welcome into the newest edition of JTS After Dark, featuring Jai of the Hey Jai podcast. You
Type shit.
can follow us on all social medias at JTime Sports. I repeat, at JTime Sports, as we are coming to you during the Monday Night Football game, which is between the 4-8 Cowboys and, I'm sorry, the 5-7 Cowboys and the 4-8 Bengals. Not like it matters, but, I put that out there for prosperity. We are going to talk about Bill Belichick's old self, possibly, having to recruit 17-year-olds, which will be entertaining.
Unk
Um,
the Unk.
we will also be talking about a little college football, as always, and we will always jump into some other nonsense that we think of somewhere along the lines. But that's why you tune in, because this show will ultimately teach you nothing, and yet you come back every time we have it. So I'm enjoying this. That is Jai from the Hey Jai podcast. So let's start with the old man possibly going back to school. Uh, Bill Belichick, the ultimate unk, the grand unk, possibly has talked. He has talked to the chancellor multiple times at North Carolina about potentially joining the staff there as the head football. What the hell was that, Joe Burrow? Um,
Joe
who?
Burrow
There's
suck.
nobody over there. There's no one to point to. I don't know who he's pointing at. Especially there's no there. But yes, yep, there we go. Um, Bill Belichick has spoken to the Chancellor of North Carolina, reportedly with multiple demands that North Carolina has agreed to. Oddly, Stephen Belichick, his son, being coach in waiting. That's one thing Bill Belichick will do. It is secure a job for his son. Also, he wants a job for
Oh my gosh,
Josh
I was just picking my
McDaniels.
nose and I was picking my nose. I was scratching my nose.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Nuts.
He also wants a job for Josh McDaniels' little brother on staff. And he also wants a general manager because the college football general manager has become a very popular position with NIL money and all the other stuff floating around. But anyway,
Right.
what are your initial thoughts of potentially Bill Belichick taking his talents to Chapel Hill, North Carolina?
As we see Joe Burrow hit that out route to the best receiver in football, Jamar
Second
Chase.
best, but I get your point.
Who's doing better?
His former college teammate Justin Jefferson.
No.
I got,
He just,
I
he just
got,
got a
I
better
got
quarterback.
Jets.
He just got a better quarterback.
While I do
No, I'm
love
playing.
Sam Darnold,
I hate Sam
let's
Darnold
not
too much
lose
for
our
that. I'm
minds
sorry.
here.
I hate Sam Darnold too much for that. It made me itch.
He didn't even feel good coming out your mouth. But
Pause.
yeah, pause. Who are you,
But
Jay Z?
nah.
Oh, right. And
But nah. So I think that Bill Belichick going to UNC. While UNC isn't the college program, I would expect Bill Belichick to go. I think it's time to hang it up, man. Like it's time how we think of Bill Belichick. This is telling you how the world thinks of Bill Belichick, how the market thinks of Bill Belichick, right?
yeah, because
I think
$1.5 to $2 million in North Carolina at this point, shouldn't get him out of bed.
not even the money piece. The bro, no NFL team. Like
Ooh. Oh, you
that's
dropped it.
that's to a running back. See what the fuck I be saying, Joe Burrow? Like, come on now.
It was a hell of a
I think
throw.
Joe Burrow, that's Zach Taylor, because he's supposed to be the offensive guy. The Bengals have no offense. The whole offense is give it to somebody that's athletic. That's it.
Now, that might have been the worst play design I've ever seen in my life. What the
Like, what the
was
fuck are y'all
that?
doing, bro? And you like in the
Why did
shirt, run
the
the ball. You're in the red zone.
Why did the running back and the tight end run the streets and Jamar Chase ran the flare distraction route? What do we? What's the? I hate Zach Taylor,
Bengals suck.
and I mean that in the nicest way possible. I mean that in the most Christian way possible.
Look at that. Look at that.
I hate
They're
Zach
not
Taylor.
running the ball again. So you know what we're about to do? Just pin our ears back and
Go to Jamar
everybody gonna
Chase.
complain about Joe Burrow lying. But no. Hey, number two, that was because of pressure. That wasn't because of you, dog. I'm just be honest. It was a
Yeah.
bad ball. It wasn't a good.
You didn't do anything. Just gonna be honest, because he definitely cooked you. He just couldn't step into the throw, and he dropped
Oh
it.
no, he
Yeah,
dropped it. Oh shit.
Yeah, no, you literally did nothing there.
Jamal, you
But
making
yeah, it's not great. It's not great. It's not great right after he's the receiver in the game pitch.
he
It's
still
not.
is, yo. But look, yo, so look, yeah, what was he saying? Yeah, okay. Listen, I think this is more about the market of Bill Belichick in the NFL. I think we're expecting. We talked a lot on the show, a lot about jobs becoming available.
Ooh,
Oh yeah, future Patriot. Yeah,
I was about to say future New England Patriots, T. Higgins. Oh my God, that contract is going to be outrageous this offseason.
Oh yeah, he's about to get like 45 million. Kill Harry.
Like his contract's about to be insane.
But yeah, so again, to finally close out this thought, it's less about UNC. It's less about what he can do for the college market, which I think Bill Belichick would actually. I think older coaches in college is better than older coaches in the NFL.
I would agree.
Because it's easy to get grown men. It's harder to get grown men to follow that disciplinary act. But if you can get to them early with the older coach like a Bill Belichick, you know what I'm saying? You can create. I think that's going to help create better pros when coaches like Bill Belichick go back. And I think is going to have a similar effect to how Deion did. A little less flashy. A lot less flashy. It's fucking Bill Belichick.
A lot less flashy. Bill Belichick, yeah.
But I think that it's going to have a similar effect to what Deion is. It's like, man, like, you know who Bill Belichick is. That's 6 Super Bowls that's turned anybody mid-tier wide receiver into great. You know what I'm saying? So if you're a player and you think that you're already the shit, imagine if, remember all those conversations, what if Peyton Manning had Bill Belichick? What if Aaron Rodgers had Bill Belichick? You know what I'm saying? So imagine if you're that guy coming out of high school already, and you're like, you saw what he did with Tom Brady.
Ooh.
That's what you do with me. So I think it's going to be something like that with Bill Belichick to UNC, and I think that's the draw. But I also think that he wants to run an organization, and I don't think there's no NFL team that's willing to give a 72-year-old coach
hand him the organization.
Yeah, no matter how fucked up it is. Because look at Atlanta right now.
Atlanta's a disaster. They ain't even like really interview bro for real. Like they interviewed him like one time and that was it.
And I'm sorry, what kind of interview questions are you asking Bill Belichick?
What do you he's interviewing you. Like to me, I almost want to say like Belichick's interviewing the organization. Like, why would I come to you?
I think the only thing I think it's less of an interview, but I think organizations is good to at least bring him in, which I kind of want him to. I want him to break the record. Did he miss? I don't know.
I don't know what happened. It was a flag. Delay of game on the extra point.
Wow, Zach Taylor is a horrible coach.
What? Zach Taylor? What the?
He might be the worst coach in football. But I think I think whenever he does retire, I want to see him as like a football consultant. You know, because I think that's a good way.
LSU, Katie York.
Yeah. And I think that's what the Falcons did whenever they interviewed Bill Belichick. I think they kind of wanted to see, like, what are your thoughts on how we can build this team? Because that's what coaching interviews are. You see our team, you see our roster. What's your plan?
How can you make this not terrible?
Exactly. So,
come on, Cade.
It could be that, but I honestly think UNC.
Good job, buddy.
I wouldn't be surprised. And they have boosters.
Oh, his girlfriend's a cowboy cheerleader? That's hilarious.
They'll make them like they used to.
Not at all. But, no, I think the UNC thing is an interesting proposal because I do think what he will instill, I think he's going to have very successful. So let's say he goes to UNC for 3 years. Mm-hmm. I think his pros are going to be incredibly successful. Now, I don't know how many pros he's going to have. I don't know if he's going to win more than 7 games a year. It's North Carolina. So you're not going to be better than Clemson. You're not going to be better than.
You might be.
Nah. Well,
nobody thought Colorado won 1 game and then went to 4 games. Then they won 8 games.
And they went to, this is true. And he has a better base at UNC than Deion had at Colorado. But he's also not bringing in 2 top 10 picks in the draft either.
I think he might. I think he could, at least defensively.
Defensively,
he's a defensive player. You're the best defensive player in the country. You're going to play Bill Belichick.
I'm going to Bill Belichick because I know
the only other person that can get you away from Bill Belichick is
Deion.
Sanders.
Like Yeah, because who's gonna teach me better than the guy who taught Thai law? This guy, he revitalized Dura Rivas when Rivas thought people thought Rivas was over. Like,
Right.
so like I said,
Like
there's gonna
Gilmore
be no
was the
one
last defensive player of the year
at
as
corner,
his corner.
like a true corner, not like a hybrid. Like he played outside.
Yeah, he didn't play
So
nickel. He played shut down man corner, and he wasn't a
corner,
big artist. He was just
locking people up. Yeah, so it's just like,
it's
it
a pass
would.
rush. Think about the guy. Like think about who Belichick can lean on too. Michigan got Tom Brady in their pocket, so you can't do that. But
He can't lean on Brady.
you can lean on Gronk. You can lean on Richard Seymour. You can lean
I
on
mean,
Rodney Harrison. You can lean on
Julius Peppers is an alumni of North Carolina.
Julius Peppers and what's my guy? Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah,
Lawrence Taylor.
like both of these guys are connected to Belichick. Belichick's tree can reach so far into. He can think about that, defensive end assistant he had in '07 that's now a coordinator somewhere. Now he's on staff. Like there is so many different pieces he can bring in to really, really be great. I mean, the agency
is promising, and I
it's
think
promising,
that there
and they have money.
are things there for it. But it's just kind of sad to see because I did want to see him break the record. I
I
want
did
to see him
too.
break the record this Patriot. But
I think this is telltale that he's never gonna do.
yeah,
Like
I don't see him ever
the
going
fact that
to.
he's even strongly considering college football, and then he's gone on Pat McAfee show like, oh yeah, no, the way it's set up now, it's like the free agency in the draft with recruiting and transfer report, and I'm like this is not like one of those like fleeting thoughts. Like he's really considered this. But like he also said, this is the first time in 30 something years he's ever had a chance to look at the college game besides prospects.
You know what that means? That explains why draft fucking sucked.
Yeah, like he said openly. He was like, this is the first time besides the draft that he's ever really had a chance to look at how the college game has evolved over the years. He was like, he literally just looked at them as prospects. Now he's actually going through and seeing like, no, college looks a lot like the pros, especially NIL and stuff.
Yeah.
So it could be a very interesting transition. What the hell, Dallas? You can't run the whatever. All right.
I'm on the ball CD, yo. I got a chance to win a fantasy here. For those who don't know, we're also in the fantasy matchup to save my skin, but I doubt it. I think Black got it because of Josh Allen.
Josh Allen went berserk. Yeah, I think Black's in.
Look, we said enough about the MVP conversation, and that shifted week to week, damn near. But Josh Allen is playing like the best quarterback in football right now.
He is.
I'm not gonna say the best quarterback. He's playing like the best player in football.
Yeah, the player.
Joe Burrow's playing like the best quarterback in football.
Who?
Joe Burrow.
I got you. No. Josh Allen put that team on his back.
Joe Burrow is playing like the best quarterback in football.
I need to go forward, CD. That was like going. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot.
I hate that I traded him to you. I hate it. And it looked so good that first week because Godwin had like 40 points.
And then after that, I'm not gonna lie. I've had outstanding. Why are you subbing out? What? You tired?
Louisiana makes the best wide receivers ever. Shout out to CeeDee Lamb. Shout out to Jamar Chase.
Shout out to Justin Jefferson.
He's not playing right now. That's why I specifically said them two.
Still. Just saying. That's a nice
like You're never going to hear me say a bad word about Justin Jefferson. All right. Speaking of the college game, who was on that? What was announced today? Just in time?
It
was announced today. Just in time.
It was, actually. It really was. The Heisman finalists, the four gentlemen who will represent, that's a flag? The four gentlemen, or not, the four gentlemen who will represent their respective universities in New York City for the Heisman Trophy presentation is as followed. Colorado's receiver / cornerback, Travis Hunter. Boise State's running back, Ashton Genty. That'll like it hurt. Oregon quarterback, Dylan Gabriel. And everyone's second favorite quarterback, Miami's quarterback, Cam Ward. Snub that was notable was Shedeur Sanders, also Colorado. But I figured that Travis and Shedeur won't both be in New York. This hasn't happened. Two teammates being finalists hasn't happened since Leonard Bush, if I'm remembering correctly. That was in the early 2000s. Maybe Bama did it, but I can't remember. So, yeah, two teammates being finalists is ultra rare. So he was fighting the uphill battle, but
I
definitely
see the
was successful.
arguments against Travis Hunter. And they
They
are
don't make
valid.
sense.
I don't have him
No, they
as the
don't.
finalist. I don't have him as the Heisman winner. But when you
What?
watch him on tape, it's hard to be like, man, this isn't the best player in college football.
That's all the award name is. Like we're arguing.
Right.
To me, this is
Because
getting
you have to
like.
go to numbers, bro. Because I'm sorry, numbers matter.
I agree. Numbers matter.
I think his wide
Travis
receiver
Hunter.
numbers aren't as impressive.
Yeah,
But I
because
think
he's playing
the fact that
corner.
But I think the fact that he's playing wide receiver is what's impressive. But I don't think his wide receiver numbers are that impressive. And they are good. Don't get me wrong, they are good because he's like top 5 in yards or some shit like that, right? But
Yeah,
when I watch him play wide receiver, I'm not about to take him over. I'm about to take him over Meckham Abuka. I hope I'm not pronouncing his name wrong.
yeah.
I'm not taking him over Trey Harris in Ole Miss. This is a pure wide receiver. I'm not taking him over Ted McMillan, even though I don't like them little stupid ass East Bay catches that he does. Just catch the ball regular.
Like I promise, it's not hard.
I'm a purist, man. I'm a football purist. Just run clean routes and catch with your hands. I don't care about all the extra shit.
Just kiss the ball, man. That's all I ask. All right, so but I wanted to highlight this article from PFF. They were comparing Genty to Travis. These are obviously the two people that's going to fight over it. And Genty is, as far as graded, he's graded higher for a rushing grade than the highest previous record, which is Blake Corum in 2022. He has the most yards out of contact, 500 yards past Jonathan Taylor, who had the previous record in 2017. And he's forced 31 more missed tackles than Bijan Robinson, who had the record in 2022. So he's easily one of, if not the greatest college running back seasons ever. He's only 131 yards from Barry Sanders' record, which was deemed impossible to break up until about, 6 weeks ago. Travis Hunter, on the other hand, is the ranked 5th best receiver and 3rd best corner per PFF. We're talking about best player.
The only quarterback that should have a chance is Cam Ward.
Yeah, I don't know what Dylan Gabriel's in there as a sympathy award, but it's the best player award. It should be and what Travis Hunter is doing is being, let's say, the 3rd best corner and playing receiver, or he's the 5th best receiver and he's playing corner. And it's not like he's just out there at the other position. He's elite at the other one too. This is like asking Ashton Genty to go be like top 10 in the nation in tackles at linebacker. Like, what's happening here is impossible. Is Genty a better pure running back right now than Travis is a better pure receiver or pure corner? Yes. The problem is Travis is both.
He's not a better pure corner. He's better than pure receiver. As a cornerback, he got shit you can't teach.
Yeah, that's true. But still, the fact that he's also playing in the other position.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit.
Yeah, like the fact that he's he's not really an elite receiver, he's an elite corner. But he's also a pretty good receiver.
Look at that highlight. CD Lamb up top. Going inside. That's a pick play.
That is that's a pick, literally.
Oh shit.
Is that a Uzi?
Yep. What's the point of you had the tight end fade? It's shit like this that makes me be like, man, if I was just more athletic, I could have been in the NFL. I could have been a quarterback. Put me on the sideline, bro. Because you had the
but my thing is CD was setting the pick. So for no reason would you ever throw it to the person who was setting the pick.
Even if he wasn't setting the pick, that route is a clear route anyway.
It is designed for that touchdown. Oh my God,
it's a switch concept. You lay that out in front of your tight end. That's a touchdown, bro.
There's literally no route it's an obvious pick. Why would you ever throw it to the person who set the pick?
He didn't even want it. It got picked.
First of all, I would have definitely.
That's crazy.
Multiple niggas had a chance to pick. multiple people had a chance at catching the ball, and neither of them were in a white jersey. Why is CD explaining? You did your job.
You know,
Cooper
see,
should be explaining.
it's your fault, CD. You signed that contract. You should have left. Should have left.
Oh
Drake May
God.
would never.
We all know that Jerry Jones is going to enslave that man with a franchise tag.
Jerry Jones and Slade.
Whoa, is that out?
Ooh, that's not a pick.
Was that out? Elbows under it.
It can hit the turf if he uses it to control it. That's big.
Ooh, yeah, that's big. That's big. That's big.
That's big. Watch Joe Burrow fuck it up though.
I mean, it's effectively the world's greatest punt because they're inside the 5.
That's not the world's greatest punt because they were about to score.
Well,
Jackson.
no. What I'm saying is, as far as offensive field position, it would be the equivalency.
Yeah, they were about to score. It'd be one thing if he threw like a 50-yard bomb. It was like, all right. It was like,
cool. You punted that thing, I guess.
You were about to score.
I was trying to make it better.
They could have kneeled twice and then kicked the field goal. They would have been better.
I was trying to make it better.
They could have went backwards and still had a chance. They just had
honestly, the way CeeDee Lamb was explaining that might not have been a pick play.
When we're gonna talk about Micah Parsons not being a
factor in this game,
defensive end, a defensive end.
He's not. He's a 3-4 edge backer or a middle linebacker.
He's a middle linebacker, and I'm tired of it. He's not T.J. Watt. He's not Nick Bosa.
Not many humans are, but he's not Khalil Mack.
He's not big enough. Look at that.
He physically doesn't have enough weight.
He's too skinny. He's a middle linebacker. They got spooked because Tom Brady served him up on a platter his rookie year, and nobody ever said, you know what, Micah, we're going to let you play middle linebacker again.
I honestly think that it could be a case of like Fred Warner syndrome, but like in reverse. So like Micah's biggest thing is they're like, he's so big at middle linebacker that his speed at the edge is going to work. But then it's like, nah, because there's Fred Warner who exists, and they're about the same size. And Fred Warner is a hell of a middle linebacker. And it's like you drafted Micah Parsons to be a middle linebacker. So why is he playing edge rusher? It's
Fred Warner, Micah Parsons, Fred Warner, Tremaine Edmonds are the 3 linebackers that I feel like are like hybrids in terms of having size and speed. Those not the hybrids in terms of like big safeties. No, I mean like legit, like old school linebacker hybrids. Look at the best receiver in football go. Old school linebacker hybrids and modern day linebacker hybrids, right?
Yeah.
But now you got like all these short, stout niggas. They can fly around, which is cool. But you know, I would rather have the 6'5" nigga. Like anybody should want a Fred Warner on their team.
Everybody, literally everyone.
Look like Patrick Willis. You got the smarts of Luke Kuechly, and you run as fast as insert safety.
You run as fast as insert receiver here. Like,
and you know
I've seen Fred Warner run hip to hip with a lot of receivers.
Micah is just as big and faster. But you know what he's not missing? He's not as smart.
And that's what
reading defenses and shit. I'm not about to call him dumb. But
yeah. He's not his football IQ is not on the level of Fred Warner.
Right, because he's so see-ball.
He's so instinctual. Oh, the ball went that way, cool, I'm going to get it. I don't care about none of the other stuff. Like, I'm going to get the ball.
He played football how Travis Hunter played wide receiver.
Yes. The ball's in the air, it's mine.
I'm the better athlete. I'm not about to get you nothing else.
Yeah, I'm just a better athlete.
And for him to be as good as he is doing that, that's great. But imagine if he didn't.
Imagine if he wasn't forced to just use his athleticism. Imagine if he was in the right spot. Like, whoa, he got smacked.
Well, imagine if he played for like Bill Belichick.
Is that Mozzie Smith? Oh no, who's that?
It is Mozzie Smith. Nobody else is human is that big.
And that man's last name was Joseph.
Hey, what happened to Leighton Vander Esch?
His neck injuries finally caught up to him.
Oh.
Yeah. So he had to medically retire.
Tough.
Right? The Wolf Hunter.
Dave Karras and Alex Kappa still pushing, man.
Facts. Facts. I mean, the Bengals got some old dudes on this line.
I mean, they tried the young dudes. That didn't work. So they tried
That
the
ain't
old
work.
dudes. That still kind
What
of
the
ain't working.
hell?
Extra protection.
Wait.
Max protect.
What? What was the what was the play? What was that even legal formation?
Bengals stink, bro.
What was the? Is that even legal formation?
Hey Jack, ISO, you get 30 seconds. You get 30 seconds. How about you fix the Bengals? ISO.
Oh man. Okay. First of all, I'm firing Zach Taylor. I'm firing Zach Taylor so hard that when I fire him, his grandma's gonna know I fired him. Okay, it's the first thing I'm doing. The second thing I'm doing is I am hiring Brian Flores as my head coach. That's a hold. Why are you holding a fat guy? He can't catch Joe Burrow. Waste of a hold. Okay. The second thing, I forgot about Zeus. Is that Orlando Brown? That is Zeus.
Orlando Brown be stealing money. He's really the Ben Simmons of the NFL. He is the Ben Simmons of the NFL.
Because he get paid and then he get hurt like in week 3 and don't play the rest of the year.
Paid and it just chill.
I'm like, but his chains be fire.
And he has pretty good content.
Always. But anyway, Iron Brian is my head coach. The GM's actually not bad. I just think he's mismanaging some stuff financially, but it's not horrible. And
you can only spend what they let you.
Exactly. Even though the owner's finally starting to spend money, he's such a cheap old man, but he's finally starting to spend money. And I'm bringing in what's his name from the Saints? Oh, I can't think of his name. The Shanahan disciple. Oh, brain cramp.
Kubiak.
Yes.
Why would the Saints get rid of Kubiak though? If you're not gonna make him a head coach, why would he leave?
Because head coaches are bringing their own coordinators. So I'm just thinking logically that he won't be on the Saints staff, and that's what I'm thinking.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot they fired Dennis Allen.
Yeah, they fired Dennis Allen. Yeah, so in theory, he's available in the offseason.
Theory.
So you bring in Kubiak. Why was the play to the running back? You have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and you drew the play for the running back.
He don't appreciate you.
Oh my God, that's gonna be a hell of a move, by the way.
Get Marvel no pub.
Facts. Those guys.
Get Marvel no pub.
Those guys, man. But yeah, so I mean, the Bengals are very fixable. I mean, you already have your quarterback. You're gonna have at least the top receiver, second receiver in the league. He's under contract. You've got a solid tight end. Your defensive personnel is a freaking disaster. The offensive line actually hasn't been that bad this year, considering how many muscles.
He's seen the two positions that they spent the money on haven't played.
Yeah, so that's the issue.
Orlando Brown has not played. Trent Brown has not played. Trent Brown played 3 games.
I think Orlando Brown might play 4.
Yeah.
So
shout out to the rookie Amarius Mims
out of Oklahoma. Heck of a draft pick. But yeah, so sometimes the GM's actually not bad. Your offense, considering how many times you've been in, everyone knows you're throwing the ball situations, and Joe Burrow hasn't died. It's pretty impressive compared to the previous years. And then your defensive personnel is a disaster. Oh dear God! Like outside of Trey Hendrickson, I mean Dax Hill got hurt.
You got outside of decent. Logan Wilson, he's a solid linebacker.
All right, like you have one good, two possibles. Taylor Britt. Taylor Britt. So you have 2 goods, 1 possible, and a couple of hopefuls, and some trash after that. And there's like 28 defensive players on this roster, and you have 2 good ones. That's a problem. You're not beating anybody. Ask Josh Allen.
It's a good defensive draft though, so you can stock up on DBs, edge rushers.
And there's gonna be some talent in free agency. People are gonna have to adjust. There's some talent in free agency. But if I'm a free agent, I want to go live in Cincinnati, Ohio. And who's my coach? Because it's not like baseball. I can just take the biggest, baddest contract that's on the market. I get it either way. I put a bad year and a half.
The draw is Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
That's true. The game's back. Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true, right? But it's like I don't know. I mean, again, if I go put a bad year and a half on tape, I get cut, don't get most of my contract, and now I'm like hoping and fighting to get a job. Juxtaposed to, oh yeah, they are doing the Simpsons cast.
Yeah, what kind of goofy shit is this?
Oh,
So we got a Simpsons cast, a Manning cast, and a Jack Day cast. Hear that? It's Jack Day.
whole lot of casts everywhere.
A lot of Jack.
This reminds me of the Toy Story cast when they had the game in London. They did the Toy Story cast. That was honestly, it was kind of cool. Yeah, Donald. Yeah.
Mark Hamlin was Woody.
DeMar Hamlin being Woody was iconic.
He dropped him. That's horrible. See, look, Trey Hendrickson.
The only good is this Henderson and Hubbard and Dax Hill and Caden Taylor Britt. So you got 4 out of 29 above average defensive players.
I really thought they said Bengals at the bottom. Okay, well, let's shift focus to the other team that's also not doing well. What do you do for the Cowboys?
What is Jerry gonna let me do? And that's the golden question.
Assuming that Jerry actually cares about winning this championship.
Assuming that Jerry is going to say, "Hey, buddy, go fix it." First thing I'm doing, I am picking up my handy-dandy telephone, and I call the New York Jets. I say, "Hey, Jets, I have this person on my roster. You might be interested. Same Dak Prescott. What would you listen? You're contractually obligated to Aaron Rodgers financially for the next 4 years. I Googled it. He has a cap hit on the Jets books all the way until 2029. So that's a bad plan. I have this guy who's at least a solid plan. Not the best plan, but it's a solid plan. You guys send him over to you for some draft capital. Second thing I'm doing, and I'm telling you, Ezekiel Elliott never playing for my team again. And honestly, that wasn't the high on my list, but I saw him in the jersey. Very mad. So
Ezekiel Elliott, great Patriot, led us in receiving and rushing.
Honestly, he played a lot better for us than he did. Than he's doing for the Cowboys.
Whenever he go to Dallas, he just get fat.
He does get fat. I don't know what local food spots he found when he was 22, but he still frequents them. And then I like where I am at skill position. I like where I am exterior on the defense. The interior of the defense got to get fixed. We need a better safety. We need 2 linebackers, and we need a real edge rusher so Michael Parsons can go back to linebacker. And honestly, you got to get younger on the O-line. You've held on to that O-line mix. I mean, and they're mostly replaced anyway. But they're replacement. Yeah, they're replacement calls.
They drafted a guard. They re-signed Tyron Steele. You know, he's solid. So they're trying.
They're trying to get younger on the line. This is ultimately, it is a little harder because you had at 1.4 Hall of Fame level players together on the O-line. So it is a bit harder to replace them than it would be just, a regular, Bengals offensive lineman, for instance. But definitely you're going to have to get younger on the O-line, get better on the O-line, and like I said, fix the interior of the defense in regards to linebacker and safety. Because your corners are solid. Deron Bland is a pickmeister. You already know what Diggs brings. And so you can get a little better at safety, a lot better at linebacker. And you're actually not that far off. So, the Cowboys have a chance. They have some semblance of a future. I would say that.
Let's see with the Cowboys. I was thinking you were gonna go more into staff. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, fire Mike McCarthy. Sorry, I thought that was understood. Yeah, which Mike McCarthy shouldn't have a job in the NFL. Like Jerry Jones got played, and I think he's trying to ride out the fact that he got played. So,
who would you like in Mike McCarthy?
Okay, I have to keep Mike McCarthy.
No, I'm sorry. If you're Jerry Jones, will we bring?
Okay. Well, the number one candidate should be Brian Flores, but it's not gonna be Brian Flores. Honestly, if I'm Jerry Jones, I go get Ben Johnson.
I'm surprised you didn't say Ben Johnson for the Bengals job, but all right.
Well, because the Bengals have so much to fix defensively, I feel like they're a lot closer on offense than defense. So if I need an overseer, I'm going to go get the defensive overseer as opposed to the offensive one. Especially because I have a veteran quarterback in Burrow who doesn't need the hands-on every day of an offensive head
Vrabel.
coach.
No Mike Vrabel. That's shocking.
Nah. Well, I think Vrabel would be better in other spots, but I just think that for the Dallas, I would look at Ben Johnson. You need a superstar offensive guy. You've got a lot of guys on that roster who can play, especially on offense. I think you need a superstar on offense, and then he'll have to hire a hell of a DC. But I think you need a superstar on offense to kind of get away from the Mike McCarthy nonsense over the past few years, and you land a great offensive-minded head coach in Ben Johnson.
Look at that goat. Sorry, I was distracted. Just watching greatness.
That guy right there, one hell of a corner.
Hell of a player. Hell of a guy.
Thanks.
But I actually got a hot take about Ben Johnson. I don't think he's gonna be a good head coach.
The bowl of cotton was wild just now. I'm sorry.
That's something. Hey, that's something. May not be, but that's something.
That's something.
Why is it Cotton Bowl?
Why is it called the Cotton Bowl? Why is it played in Cotton Bowl Stadium? Why is Cotton Bowl?
I know why it's the Cotton Bowl, but why is it still the Cotton Bowl? Why is it still the Cotton Bowl?
Why was I looking at a bowl of cotton just now? Like, again, it may not be, but it's something.
Something that is still the Cotton Bowl.
Oh man.
I also learned why Ole Miss is called Ole Miss, but
Jesus. Yeah, the University of Mississippi.
No.
No. I was saying the full name. I was saying the real name, and not just the phrase. Oh yeah, I wasn't explaining why they're called Ole Miss.
Oh, it's called Ole Miss because that's what they used to call the plantation owner's wife.
Yeah.
But
the rebels.
But yeah, so I think that I don't think Ben Johnson's gonna be a good head coach. I think that Detroit, who's the best team in football right now, I think that they have a good structure. Right? Look at your boy. Look at them throwing Joe Burrow capes on. Look at the Simpsons putting their Joe Burrow capes on. Whenever you're losing, you're winning in it.
Well, I'm sorry that he has the worst defensive football. I apologize for that.
Well, guess what, man? I've seen Tom Brady. Tom Brady played with a defense that was horrible and he went to the Super Bowl. So,
congratulations. That's one person out of the 105 years.
Won like 12 games with a horrible defense last year. What's up?
But, forgot what I was saying.
Aaron Rodgers has never had a top 10 defense.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is a whiny baby on ayahuasca. Yeah, in that year he went and won the damn Super Bowl. Yeah, it's almost as if a defense.
All I'm saying is, if Joe Burrow is supposed to be in the same class as Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes, they all have glaring adversities, and they all have never had a record as bad as his. Is that fact or fiction?
Glaring adversities is fiction. Records as bad as his may be fact. What's Lamar? Okay, I get Lamar's glaring adversity. It's the fact that he can't pass the ball. What is Josh?
No, he doesn't have offensive players.
So what do you call Derrick Henry?
He doesn't have pass catchers.
Well, hey.
I like Rashad Bateman, but come on, let's be for real.
It's almost had a chance.
Be for real.
So not sign a running back on a team that already was really good at running the ball.
Not Lamar fault, but guess what? They did. They signed him. Well. Guess what? He 8-5.
Congratulations.
And he beat your guy.
And he did. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Right.
Because Zach Taylor's a freaking idiot. That's why.
Okay. The Chiefs, they don't have shit.
Honestly, they got to work a voodoo magic over there or something. Like, there's no way. You won 15 consecutive one-possession games. I'm actually curious to find out how unlikely that is. Because even if you said every one of them is 50% chance, at a certain point, you're under 2% to still be undefeated.
Hey, man, yesterday I said that Haley Steinfeld got the golden snatch the way Josh Allen went for 6 touchdowns. I'm starting
But
to
3
think
rushing and 3
Taylor,
passing.
Taylor Swift might have the platinum one because she affected the whole team. She is a
Like,
force
bro,
multiplier.
you literally cannot, like, you can't say, yeah, we're gonna have 15 one-possession games in a row. We're gonna go 15-0 in those games. That's impossible.
And it's not even like how the Patriots did it, where they was like, well, at least you know the Patriots won't beat themselves. The Bengals be beating them, not the Bengals.
The Chiefs be trying.
Be beating themselves.
They be
And
having bad possessions,
the
picks.
other team just beat themselves worse.
They be having picks, poor clock management. They fumble. They drop a third down. And you're just like, man, the Chiefs about to lose this mug. And then another team, like, I don't know, throws the ball sideways out of bounds. Like, it's just like, bruh.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. The Raiders fumble was crazy. The Doink yesterday wasn't that bad, but the Chiefs did not play well. The Chiefs have not been playing well. So
they have not played well all year. They refuse to cover the spread. Like one of the easiest bets of the year is them on the money line and the other team on the spread.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like it's wild, but I don't even know how we got here.
Me neither at this point, but it's very typical of the show.
Joe Burrow. But yeah, I was just talking about how Ben Johnson is. I think he's just gonna be a regular coach because Detroit has such a good structure. I think that Dan Campbell is better as a coach than he would be a coordinator. He's better as a head coach than he would be a coordinator because he can't focus on things like motivation, culture, influence, you know what I'm saying? Those type of things rather than the actual X's and O's of football.
Oh, whoa.
Okay, Chase. I see you, boy. Get out the pot, man.
Get out the pot.
That's for homeless people. I mean,
and it's not even a touchdown.
You know what's crazy? His teammates did not join. Yo, you look so lame now.
He was the only one that went down there.
Wait. Oh, that's the
Wait. That might be 6.
That's 6.
Inbounds. Touchdown. Wow. Hell of a job, Chase Brown. Still like a dweeb for being the only one down there by yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a dweeb for being there by yourself.
Situational awareness for kicking that leg in.
Right? They said that's the only foot that's a concern, but I definitely see green between the orange and the...
If he would have wore white cleats.
Ooh.
That's in, bro.
I see it.
It's not enough to make it out. And then they ruled a touchdown. It's not enough to make it out.
No, the call on the field was first and goal.
The back judge did first and goal, but the side judge threw his hands up. Look.
That's close.
That's touchdown.
But yeah, so I don't know. But one thing I do want to ask you about, before we wrap this show up, what are your thoughts on some of these quarterbacks coming out? Because it feels good not needing a quarterback in the draft. Because we already have our guy. Like, it was great. Like, it's just like the past few years been watching draft boards for quarterbacks, and now we're like everybody else trying to get like receivers and linemen.
I'm glad I only had to do that for 1 year, 2 years.
Oh man, it was 2. But man, that was like just these people that are like constantly. Oh God, I mean, people that are constantly in the quarterback market, like repeatedly, desperately needing a quarterback. Yeah. I couldn't imagine being them. That sucks. But you got Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers, and Dylan Gabriel. Probably the big 5 that are coming out. So what are your thoughts on this quarterback class? People are saying it could be incredibly impressive with maybe 4 really good guys, or it could be 1 really good guy. What are your thoughts?
I think that we're going to see something very similar to 2020, where there's a lot more quarterback needy teams, and going in, the quarterbacks weren't considered as good. Joe Burrow, yeah, he was the number 1 pick, and he won the Heisman, but he was older. All right, they're injury prone, which, kind of proved, right? Tua, small, injury prone. Herbert, they was like, could he be the guy?
He could throw a strawberry through a battleship.
Yeah, that was so Keaton. But right, and then you had Hurts. So none of those guys were highly touted, but all those a lot of teams needed quarterbacks. Now it worked out.
For
It worked out, but then you got 2021. Oh shit! All the generational quarterbacks.
trash.
When the best one there out of that year was Mac Jones. Mac Jones won more games than Trevor Lawrence, by the way. When the best one out of that class has been Mac Jones.
That's a
Hang it
problem.
up. Hang it up. I saw Mac Jones throw the silliest fucking pick yesterday. All right. So I
Which
think
honestly,
that class is going to be the most. I think they're very mid. There's going to be the most situational dependent quarterback
touchdown,
class
nice.
in a very long time. All right.
I agree.
Cool. All right. So
I agree. This is going to be the definition of.
freeloaders. I gotta go.
This is going to be
watch
the definition of where you land in the draft, in my opinion. Like who these people go to is going to be vital to their success.
Exactly. Yeah. And everybody wants to put Shador in Oakland already, which honestly, that's probably going to be the case. Right.
Probably the case. Yeah.
If I'm the Giants, I go ahead and take a flyer on Cam Ward. I think Shador is going to be the best coming out. I think Cam Ward has the highest upside. I think every other quarterback that's going to come out is going to be a backup to a. And I like these guys, but like a Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, Brock Purdy type of player, to where they're going to be.
If I land in that perfect spot, I can look really, really good. But if I don't,
you're never going to look horrible. You're never going to look horrible.
I don't know.
You're always going to.
Not when you was Carson Beck might actually look horrible.
Carson Beck. Honestly, I didn't even think he would get drafted. I thought he was a liar. But
Carson Beck sucks. Like Carson Beck's actually bad. Like
actually
Quinn Ewers has moments where you're like, I wouldn't have did that. But okay.
If I got a second round pick and I need a quarterback, or like if I'm because I'm thinking of if I'm the Rams, this is a great quarterback draft for me.
This is a great draft for me.
There's so many of these guys that I can get into my system and turn into a guy.
This is great for me. If I'm oh man, I had it. If I'm Seattle, how much longer you riding that Geno Smith thing? Like
Jalen
this could be Jalen Milroe behind. I forgot about Milroe. Yeah. Bring Miro into Seattle. There's no pressure on him to play for at least a year. He has no pressure to play.
Right.
Like that could be the perfect spot for him. Trying to think of somewhere else. That's all I think is upside my head.
Cleveland. But he takes a quarterback.
Yes, Cleveland. Like I actually like Stefanski. What the hell, Cooper Rush? I actually like Stefanski. It's just Deshaun Watson's no longer Deshaun Watson, and Jameis Winston
does everything in their power to go get Cam Ward.
That'd be fun. And then Jameis Winston is the best roller coaster in the NFL.
That would be like Jameis Winston and Sam Darnold gonna be they're gonna get the Baker Mayfield contracts this offseason.
Facts. So somebody gonna pay Jameis. Like somebody who misses out on one of these rookies.
And we should just kind of figure it out, and they're gonna go pay Jameis. I can see the Titans. That's another team.
The Titans doing it.
I don't see the Titans drafting a quarterback because Levis is still young and he's had moments. You see the athletic.
He's had some great memes. That's why I have some great memes.
But I see him. I see people like him. I see Anthony Richardson, even though they won last week. More so, Patriots lost.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. I see Richardson. I see somebody going like. I can see Sam Darnold going there. I can see Sam Darnold going back to the Jets.
I can see Sam
Darnold. And I can also see the Jets taking a quarterback too. So
I can see the Jets. I can see the Jets drafting Carson Beck. That's a very Jets-like move. Late first, they trade up. You go to Carson Beck. Nussmeier. I can see the Jets going Nussmeier.
Nussmeier has on the quarterback except for the decision making.
Yeah, he makes horrible decisions. But talking to people in the building, and like who've been in the building, they're like, it's not necessarily bad decisions; it's overconfidence. Like he sees a window and it's like, I can get it through there,
He
and
can't.
it doesn't work, and he'd be like, oh, okay, because
But
but
you
they're
know
like,
who's
but they're
always
like,
open? Monte Adams. So that window is a lot bigger.
like there's a lot. It's a really large window. It's like
Yeah.
a bay window in a room. Like he got space to put that thing
Yeah.
in there. And Gary Wilson. Gary Wilson also is open a lot.
Gary Wilson don't be open line. He's still just Gary Wilson is great. So, yeah, so that's kind of like my thoughts on the quarterback class. The edge rusher class is a deep edge rusher class, but it's just like overall, this is a very if you have a lot of holes to fill, I think you can get a lot of
This is a good
starters.
draft.
This is not the star power class. This is the
No.
I need. This is the draft that you want to stack picks with. To be honest with you,
Yes, I want as many cracks at this class as possible.
Yes. Oh, before we go, the two best left tackles have been comped as guards, and Kelvin Banks and Will Campbell. What are your thoughts on that?
I think we're gonna have to move away from the traditional way we looked at tackles, and I think that's the next position to evolve. Because if you're looking, besides the Bosa boys, edge rushers are getting smaller. So I think the comps of he's 6'4", but his arms a little, so he's a guard. I think that's gonna transition into can you move? How fast are you really? Because you got to go with these dominant edge rushers like a Micah Parsons who's coming off the edge. Like Myles Garrett's a freak, so Myles Garrett doesn't count. But like Khalil Mack isn't the tallest guy in the world, so I think arm length is losing. But he plays really low. He plays low. He does. I'm not gonna lie. Pad level. But it's true though. Like he's just bending around these giant tackles and no one can block him. Again, Myles Garrett's a freak. Myles Garrett doesn't count. But it's like you're getting these
I think they're
6'1"
rather than actual arm size, and more like athletes, like a Panay Sewell,
Yeah,
like
or Joe Alt.
Joe Alt,
yeah, Joe Alt's a freak. But yeah,
he's
like
tall.
like a Panay. Yeah. He's not normal. But yeah, like a Panay Sewell. Even the guys that's coming out in the past couple of years that are playing early at tackle, they're not the prototypical 6'7" long arm guys. Like because the pad, they're getting murdered on pad level. You're just bending around everybody and making sacks. So I think that again, it's going to take a hell of an O-line coach. I wouldn't, if these guys, worst case scenario, you drafted a hell of a guard. You drafted Quentin Nelson, in theory. So worst comes to worst, you draft a hell of a guard. But you need a tackle. But you need a tackle. So worst comes to worst, you solidify a guard spot for 10 years. So, I mean, personally, I'm partial to Will Campbell.
He does got T-Rex arms, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Them others look kind of small. But I've seen him handle speed or edge rushing very well in the SEC. Outside, I mean, he gave up one sack all year, and that was the guy who made a hell of a speed rush at Arkansas. Or was it Arkansas? Yeah, Arkansas. A&M won this. So he's only given up one sack all year. I like his teammate. I like Emory Jones.
I like Emory Jones as a pure tackle more than I like.
Stood next to that giant. Yeah, he's all of 6'6".
He got the arms. He has the move. The two tackles that I like three tackles in this draft. Emory Jones, but he's a right tackle.
He's definitely right tackle. He can't play left.
He ain't about to be one of those switchies. Pause. John Simon out of Ohio State. He can play both. Well,
he's actually a multi-versatile lineman because when the guards got hurt, he said the guard.
See, and that's the thing with him. His injury is the one thing that's gonna make him fall.
Yeah, which that could be a guy saying like Emory. I think Emory Jones gets scooped in the second round.
And
so
kid out of Oregon was pretty good. He just seemed light to me. He
don't like
has
Oregon
that prototypical build, and he's pretty fast. But he just seemed.
I don't like Oregon linemen. They seemed undeveloped when they make it to the pros. I mean, Panay Sewell was the last one. I just don't like Oregon linemen in general. They just seem undeveloped, and I don't know if it's something going on with the way they scheme offense, or if it's something going on with the way I don't know. They just don't seem to develop at Oregon. They look good at the college level, but then it gets to the pros, and it's just like, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what goes on in Oregon. It just doesn't seem like they're developing guys at the offensive line position. Because even transfer linemen don't go to Oregon. Like even like even think like logically, like I can go get all the cool uniforms, and this nigga chases.
That's a skill position school. That's not a.
It is
trenches school.
Exactly. It's just like certain schools don't do it. Like I remember, like for years, Wisconsin, you can get a running back out of Wisconsin any year you want. They're gonna have a running back. They're gonna have enormous offensive linemen. Oregon just doesn't develop in the trenches well.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's been a great show. Shout out to the first watch party. We're gonna have more of those, especially 2025. Gonna do them live. Gonna have some guests. The Jack and Cast.
What?
Yo, that sounded crazy.
That's like crazy. Oh, sheesh.
That's definitely a lot of white boy humor going on right now. But,
oh man, that's sheesh. I have no other words for that one. It's just
that little Super Shaq game. Stop hating.
All the stuff you did in the locker room, all the stories that come out now. You were the main one.
Whoa. Chill. We're going to say that for Hey John on the couch whenever we talk about stuff that comes out. Jay-Z. All right. You got anything to close us out there, boss?
Nothing much, but follow at JTime Sports on all of your platforms. As always, subscribe to the show if you're not a subscriber. Subscribe to the Hey Jai podcast because he so graciously comes on every week.
We're all about to be consolidated to IMS Studios YouTube channel. So if you're watching this on one, you're watching this on all. We're about to stop playing ping pong, putting all this shit on one.
Put all of it together. And of course, like, rate, and subscribe to the audio show. The Just in Time Sports podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, literally on everything. Wherever you get your podcast.
Your pods, and you need to talk about sports and bidding. We didn't even talk about women's sports because, come on, no, I'm playing.
Oh my god!
Shout out to the WNBA expansion.
That was stupid. That was a stupid draft.
Y'all found out the same time y'all did. It was like, whoa.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That's what made it cool. Like the fact that the players were on Twitter, like, "Yo, be nice," because some of us are like, all of us are finding out together.
You know, they should have had a big watch party, and then just
had like the GM on the couch, being like, "Yep." Had a phone call with the GM. Hey man,
like the Rose, like the Bachelor or something like that.
Well, see, next year is 2 teams coming in. 2 teams coming in next year.
Toronto's
so
and
that'll be. No. The Valkyries had their spring draft this year. Toronto and man, who was the other team? I know Toronto just did their name. They're the Turbos, I think.
Come on. In this shit, you just made me mad. In this shit.
But anyway,
that's what I want to talk about, y'all.
Portland. It's Portland. Portland's coming. That's the other team. Portland. Yeah, it's Portland. Portland. Right. But anyway, thank you for watching this great episode. This is your host, Justin Jackson, signing out.
Peace.